It all stemmed from photographs from Facebook and comments off of Facebook.
Whatever we post on the internet does stay out there, and if someone digs long and hard enough, it will be found and it will be published somewhere.
If we don't get a handle on this, serious things could happen, and it could have a snowball effect.
Officials warn Facebook and Twitter increase police vulnerability. In the midst of what officials call an appalling and alarming spike in attacks on law enforcement around the country, officials are warning the success of sites such as Facebook and Twitter has made police even more vulnerable. In addition, hostage takers and suspects who barricade themselves in buildings are monitoring social media to track police movements in real time. Social media will be used against you. Lori Stevens, organizer of this week's Social Media, Internet, and Law Enforcement Conference in Chicago, promised police officials that officers are being targeted on Facebook and that posting photographs and other personal information on social media may create serious officer safety consequences.
Posing, performing, and conduct unbecoming. Fired following her nude appearance on Playboy.com as the cyber girl of the
Facebook
week.
status update, clues in wrongful death lawsuit.
Lawsuit filed over access to Facebook page.
Internal Affairs opened an investigation this week.
That his resignation was in the best interest of the police department.
Listed his job description as human waste disposal.
Cop dogged by racy photos, federal lawsuit, and prior trouble.
Many of these officers are friends with each other on Facebook.
Violated the department's new social media policy.
Police officer who wrote on his Facebook page that there should be a law allowing police to take people to jail for being stupid has resigned.
Photos they take may be deemed private, but everyone knows if it's put on a website that nothing is private.
Officers are going to reflect themselves in a completely different fashion when they think no one is watching.
What they say and who they represent is important to the integrity of the police department.
What's going on, Sarge? How you been?
Doing good.
Okay.
Yeah. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Another day.
What y'all doing? What you doing on this weekend?
Probably sit back and relax a little bit. I don't know. I might go out a little bit. I got a text last week. You know, there was supposed to be a party coming up pretty soon.
Oh yeah. I think I heard about that.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people said they were texting, but some people went on Facebook with it.
That's why I saw
But I got a text from
on
it.
Facebook.
Oh, you got it on Facebook?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You do Facebook?
No.
I was looking for you up there.
I'm weary about Facebook. I
Really?
don't do Facebook. Yeah, I'm scared of it.
Yeah. You know, you ought to try it out now.
I use the telephone.
Oh, you use telephone. Okay, well, hey. To each his
So you
own.
say you're on Facebook. How does it work for you? Because I've got questions about it, but
Well,
I'm just real weary.
Sometimes it can be kind of iffy because I have a situation now where I feel like I may have friended somebody that kind of knows a little bit too much about my information.
Wow.
Because I was on that Facebook the other day, and this person that I friended, they kind of know what shift I work on. You know,
Who's the person you friended?
I
You know?
want to say it's somebody that, a friend or relative of somebody who's actually incarcerated here.
Oh, well, you know, Facebook is something that is open to everyone. So, you know, just because they're inmates doesn't mean that they don't have knowledge of it. It makes a difference, I guess. People on the outside connect with people on the inside, and before you know it, you're still trapped in the same
I was trying to
box.
figure out, how does this person know what shift I work on?
Wow.
I mean, this is the person on Facebook. I mean, they know what shift I work on when I come in. And now they're asking me, can I go up there and pass messages and
that's
stuff
not
like
good.
that. So, you know,
That's not good at all.
it's not. I'm kind of regretting that I even did that.
Right.
You know, but I thought it was a friend of mine that I knew was connected to someone else, because, you know, they have the friend list, they have, you know this person, you may know this person, and that's kind of how it works.
And you opened it,
Yeah, I'm befriended this person.
You friended him.
I friended this person.
Oh,
Now they
okay.
asking me to, can you tell so-and-so this upstairs, and, you know, can you tell them to call me, you know, passing messages. It's kind of uncomfortable, you know.
See, that's part of my fear. That's what I'm most concerned about with people that deal with Facebook, because you never know who's connecting with who and who's, the involvement, I mean, because of the cyber world, you never know who you're actually dealing with. It's not very personal.
Yeah.
So you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because it could be someone using someone else's information to kind of draw you in, to make you think this is a friend that you know, when in actuality it's somebody that...
Yeah. That's probably something we should discuss in briefing, let other people be aware of that, because they might be trying to set them up. So
Absolutely.
It might was a setup.
Absolutely.
So I'm just block them, and then I'm going to report it to the chain of command. So it covered me. Yeah, because I don't want to be caught up in something that I have nothing to do with.
Command staff definitely needs to know about it.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Okay.
I see you at that party.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've received a complaint from an individual who came into my office and basically was wanting to complain about misconduct of an officer. And it all stemmed from this individual's family member was issued a citation by this officer. And what I had asked them was they had some evidence of the inappropriate or misconduct, and it was photographs from Facebook and comments off of Facebook. And I was very straightforward in asking that, did you befriend this officer to get this information? And this individual said yes. They specifically went out hunting their Facebook page to get this information on this officer. I mean, that was the whole purpose, because they wanted the charges dismissed. I explained that was not going to happen, but we would look into it. And what happened was this person had enough law enforcement experience to know the jargon, to contact the officer on their Facebook page and asked that they befriend them, and they did. Once they friended them, that led them to the other officers, and they became friends with them. And I even asked one officer, why did you friend this person? And they basically said because the other officer had friended this person. So that's, one thing leads to another to another. They said they thought that this person was a law enforcement officer, but they were not. But they were out getting the information, and the whole purpose behind it, like I said, was to discredit the officer, to get rid of to dismiss charges. So you don't never know, why is someone seeking you out? Why is someone wanting to be your friend, especially if you don't know this person? So I tried to explain to them that just because someone is your friend, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're really your friend. They may have an ulterior motive. In this case, they did. This person eventually filed a complaint. The complaint was looked into. At that time, we didn't have a social networking policy at all. We had some recommendations from our chief, and what we had done was pretty much sent an email about, please don't do this, or please don't do that, especially if you're in uniform, any photographs of that nature. But after this incident, we had a social networking policy. We felt like we had no choice but to have something, and it was a shame that we had to go into this to govern it. But it's a fact of reality. It's a fact of the way it is now. But the officers, we looked back at the things, even though they were the photographs were not really they were unprofessional. They weren't inappropriate. They were no misconduct. Everything they did was on their time, but it still didn't paint them in the best of light with the things that they had. So once we found them, they were found that they had not done any misconduct. They were cleared of any of the complaints or allegations. This individual went to the news media with this. And then there again, the administration had to answer to the news media about the incident. Luckily, I think the news media saw it for what it was, and that was the end of it. It was dropped. But still, it created a headache, and it created a hard time for some officers who had to go through an internal investigation to find out what's going on. When if they had just been maybe a little more professional, that might not have happened, and been a little more cautious about it. So, like I said, we now have a policy. It's in place, and the only thing I recommend is, like I said, if you have a social networking site and someone wants to be your friend, you better make sure you know who that person is, and also who are their friends, because if you're saying, hey, that you're my friend, you don't know what they're related to or anything like that. I mean, they could be the greatest person in the world, but they could have a friend who's who's got some real radical ideas, and you don't want to be associated with that.